This is Corey Rayshon for Deep in the Streets. We're here at the Faison Firehouse Theater here in Harlem, New York, and we just saw Accept LGBT New York. And we're going to interview the writer, the director, and the actors from the play. Accept LGBT New York.
My name is Karimah, playwright of Accept LGBT New York.
The name of the play was intriguing. Why Accept?
The play is based on the 13th Amendment, which states all slaves were freed except if you're convicted of a crime. And I want people to accept the accept part of the 13th Amendment. To know that if you go to jail, if you're convicted, or if you're on probation, you're still a slave.
Okay.
And the slavery was just transferred from plantations to penitentiaries.
What sparked this?
What sparked it was basically seeing too many young brothers being arrested and the overwhelming number of people in handcuffs and the different minute reasons that they're being charged with. Especially when I came to, this started way before I came back to New York. So it takes place not just in New York. I was from D.C., lived in California, and to see so many of, and it's mostly males that you see being arrested and targeted for arrest, and a growing prison population.
So did you already know about the 13th Amendment, or did you just go back and research?
I knew about the 13th Amendment, but I did go back and research, and I was looking for how many challenges there were to the accept part, and when the accept first came in. And I went back to the first Congress, and it was already there. So my next research would be is it the Continental Congress prior to it becoming the United States? And I think it may have the exception part may have come through a committee. So I'm still researching that, and it's tedious to read through every debate that Congress has in their notes and go line by line to look for when the accept first appeared. So that's ongoing research.
Okay, so this is still in development, in a sense?
As long as people are being arrested, it's still going to be in development.
Okay.
Yes.
The elements of taking the new and the old, and what I thought was really intriguing is the tree element. And the use of the tree, does that play a significance?
The significance is the tree, there's some spirituality to the tree, and also confinement in the tree. When you're in that tree, you're kind of confined, just like being in jail and being a slave, you're confined, so it's symbolic.
LGBT element to it. And listening to what you were saying on stage and listening to what the audience in the Q&A section talking about, that it really, outside of the LGBT element of it, it really is diverse. Like, all people can kind of really relate. But in the advertisement, accept LGBT New York. Is there a reason why there is a concentration on the LGBT community?
It is. This is the second version of Accept. The first was two males. And generally males, I had them as the aggressors. People go to jail for different reasons. In the LGBT version, they were reacting to events that happened to them. So they were being attacked, and they reacted to that attack, and that's what put them in jail. The women's version, normally black women go to jail for different reasons than what men go to jail for. So it's different versions, different locales. People go to jail for different reasons, and as long as there are thousands of slave stories and thousands of reasons young people go to jail, there could be thousands of versions of Accept.
Okay. Wow, I like that. So you're here in New York now. Mm-hmm. Where do you see this particular play going? Where do you want it to go?
Wherever there's a young person in jail, that's where I wanted to go to. And I think it's not just, even though it's geared to get young people to think before they act, to keep them out of jail, I think it's going to take the adults to get involved to make a change. And we do need to make a change, especially in New York. Things here are dire. Right.
Where can we find the information online?
www.faison.org. FaisonFirehouse.info.
Okay, at the theater. Well, great, thank you. It was great talking to you, and I hope that my plans are to see it grow. I'm going to help you with that. Thank you. That was Karimah, the writer of Accept LGBT New York. Make sure you pick up your tickets by going to FaisonFirehouse.org or either calling the box office at 212-665-7698. It is a must-see performance.